Hello and welcome to Angel Messages with Caroline Nettle. Today is the 20th of October 2013, and this is your weekly forecast to see how the angels would like to help you get through the next week and see if there's any obstacles in your way to being happy with yourself. I have just got back from a wonderful sweat lodge with two very close friends and feeling very cleansed, and I had a good clean out of my room yesterday as well, so I'm doing this from a very, very cleansed room, and I think possibly this is to do with the full moon in Aries, which is all about cleaning out the old, which I think was the theme for last week, but not having a very good memory of what I talk about in my angel readings. I can't remember, but that's okay. All is exactly as it is supposed to be. So this is the reading up to the 27th, which is the official end of British summertime. So, Rochelle, as you honour and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. Archangel Gabriel, you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Excuse me. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. And Merlina, you are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. Okay, let's tune in and see what they say. As you honour and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. So what I'm hearing, yes, what she's saying is that there's a real tendency at the moment for you to follow the money rather than follow your passion. And she's saying the reason for this is because we don't often believe that if I bake cakes, for example, or I'm a healer or whatever, I won't be able to make enough money to pay the bills. So she's saying it's really about tuning into the higher self in you, or the soul, or the deep inner knowing, and finding your passion and following that, because that is where your prosperity will lie. Because, as we all know, if I'm in the flow and I'm really enjoying myself and I'm having a great time doing what I do and I'm helping other people, because I think it's all about being of service to the world, then I'm in the flow and the prosperity can come. But if it's resist, and you're having real blockages coming up, that may suggest to you that it might be time to have a look around and just start noticing job ads that excuse me, that appeal to you, that perhaps are a little bit off the wall or something. But she's saying really get in touch and honour the guidance that's coming, the little voice inside that's saying, no, I want to be a zookeeper or whatever it is for you. That's where your prosperity lies. Okay, Archangel Gabriel. So this is, I'm sorry about my throat, I have a frog in it. This is about the life purpose to doing with communication. Now, evidently I'm doing a reading for a lot of people. But how she's saying it to me is, she's almost saying, well, she is saying, take up your pen. So if you're supposed to write, you'll know it because you really have the urge to write, or you keep putting off the fact that you need to write. She said, if you're an artist, pick up your paintbrush. But this is a very big call to action. Pick up the tool that you're going to use to communicate your message with the world, because right now is when the world needs it. There's absolute chaos going on in the world, and now is the time for us to step up. So she's saying it doesn't really matter what form of communication you pick, just pick one and do it. And she's kind of having a laugh with me because she's saying, and of course don't expect to be Shakespeare the first time you write a sentence, or don't expect to be Van Gogh the first time you paint a picture. But this is about, if it's a life purpose and it really fits you and it really is, And a life purpose nearly always goes with your passions and your desires and what you've been dreaming of since you were a child. It's very rare that, you know, it's something completely outside of what you enjoy doing anyway. That's not true for everybody, of course. But she's saying the thing that stops us is, I want to be Van Gogh the first time I paint a picture, or I want to write like Shakespeare, or I want to be perfect. And humans are imperfectly perfect. Or perfectly imperfect, depending on how you look at it. So that's really interesting. We get one card saying follow your guidance, and that's where the money is. The next one is saying, and now do whatever it is that you choose to do. So we have a very strong call to action today from Gabrielle. Pick up your tool of communication, and it might be like this. You might be a video person, or you might you know, go on the TV, or it doesn't matter what your method is. Just take a step in the right direction and start practicing today. Great, thank you for that, Gabrielle. And then Melina. So these cards all really run together. You are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research and seek expert advice before making a decision. Again, that really follows in from Gabrielle. So quite a few of us, I can be guilty of this too, have so many choices in front of us that we end up just doing nothing, because it's like, well, I could do this and I could do this and I could do this, and how do I do that, and I'm not sure how to do that, and oh, I'd never be able to do that. Melina is saying no, this is something that you can plan. So write a list, pros and cons of becoming an astronaut, whatever it is for you, you know, pros, cons. Go find other astronauts who can tell you about how it really is to be an astronaut. Of course, I'm not assuming that everybody listening to this wants to be an astronaut, but you get the picture. Find careers advisors, or have an angel reading, or, you know, just find someone who can help you. Very often we ask other people's opinion because we want them to confirm what we already think. A really good way I do this, I'm pretty sure I've shared this before, is I get a coin, usually a 2p piece, I don't know why, but that's how it is. And if I want to be an astronaut or a nurse, I say, okay, astronaut is heads, nurse is tails, and I flip the coin. If inside I want to be an astronaut and it comes up nurse, I'm disappointed. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just a really quick way of judging how or if it comes up astronaut and that's not what I wanted to be a nurse, I just know from the answer that I'm either disappointed or happy, and that's how I get my yes and no. And I've done that for many, many years. Anyway, so that's just a little tip that maybe will help you. But do research and seek expert advice. Yeah, so this is a week for really having a look round and you know, Google, the great Google. Go on Google and try and find some experts in the field you're thinking of getting into. Write to a few people and ask them some questions. And, you know, if it turns out that this is what you want to do, then by all means, as Archangel Gabriel says, you know, go ahead and do it. Okay, I think that's clearly saying that this week is a very good week to ask yourself the question, what do I actually want to do? What actually makes me happy? So, quite an introspective week there for you, and I hope that reading's helped you. I'm always here if you would like the angels to give you some guidance. So if you want to book a reading, go to www.yourangelreadings.com. But failing that, if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask. And I look forward to speaking to you next week. Blessings to you all.